If you really want to start opening your pelvis today, you can butterfly your legs, but just find your Shavasana, find a comfortable spot on your mat where you can close your eyes, let go of your morning, and just start to center yourself on your mat, taking this time just to acknowledge that your body needs movement, your mind needs peace, and taking these moments just for yourself. I want you to take one deep breath in through your nose, and then exhale out through your mouth. Nice deep cleansing breath. Let's do one more just like that. Inhaling deeply in through your nose, and then out through your mouth. And then taking 4 or 5 more breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. Just starting to see that you're taking that breath deeper down into your lungs, letting your belly rise on the inhale, letting it, drawing your spine towards your belly button on that exhale. Another inhale deeply in through your nose. And exhale out through your nose. Take another inhale. Feeling that breath get deeper down into your ribs, opening up your chest. And then on your exhale, pulling your belly button to your spine, squeezing out all of that air so you can go in and take one more breath in through your nose. And exhale. We're going to begin by warming up our low body and our front spine. So I want you to bend your knees up, bringing your feet right below your glutes. You can turn your hands down. Maybe the tips of your fingertips will touch the backs of your heels. And we're going to raise and lower our pelvis, our hips with our breath. I want you to push down more through your heels than through your toes. So on an inhale, pushing down through your heels, squeeze your glutes, lifting your back body all the way up, pulling your chest up towards your chin. And then exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, pushing down through your heels, roll up to your bridge. Exhale, roll it back down. Really be aware as you continue to roll up on your next one that you're not splaying your knees wide. Try to still make them directly ahead of your hips. Squeezing up another inch, really activating your hamstrings, your glutes, your back. Exhale, roll it down. And now we're going to add our arms to open up our shoulders and upper body. So as you lift your hips, lift your arms up overhead, bringing your arms to the floor above you. And then exhale, rolling all the way back down. One more, squeeze down, lift it up. Really take a deep breath here. Feel your ribs expand. Feel your quadriceps starting to engage. And then exhale, lower it all back down. Step your feet wider than your mat now. So you've got a very wide stance here. You can extend your arms up overhead. And then I want you to take both of your knees and to just let them drop over to the right side. So you're just dropping your knees over and then lean your upper body over to the right side. You should feel this amazing stretch from the tip of your knee up through your fingertips. It's just a gentle stretch. And then coming back through neutral, re-flatten your back on the mat. And now drop your knees over to the left, lean over to the left. feeling this big opening going on all the way from the top of your knee up through your side body, just opening up those obliques. And then coming onto your back, unwinding, pull both of your knees into your chest and giving them a good squeeze. So we can't start our morning without a little bit of abdominal work. But right now this is just releasing our low back, releasing our abs. So holding both knees in, maybe you can get them into your elbows. Maybe you can just grab the tops and maybe you can grab below your knees. Either way is fine. But I want you to extend your left leg long on the mat and hold your right knee into your chest. Lift your head and your shoulders up off of the mat, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Flex all 10 toes up towards the sky. Give that right knee a squeeze. Take an inhale. Exhale, switch. Pull that left knee in. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Bring both knees into your chest. Lower your head and your shoulders back down on the mat. Now extend both legs straight up towards the sky. So it's a great hamstring stretch on the back of your legs. Flexing your toes back tremendously towards your face so you feel a good stretch in your calf muscles as well. So we were just doing bicycles, and we're gonna lift our head and do a little bit of some scissors. So once again, I want you to lift your head and your shoulders up off the mat. Grab somewhere behind your right leg, lowering your left leg down. So it can be behind your knee, behind your thigh, or further up on your calf muscle. But inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Now we're gonna go a little bit faster. So switch, switch. One more on each leg. Switch. Pull both knees into your chest. Lower your head and shoulders back down to the mat. And then we're gonna cross our ankles and we're gonna rock up to sitting. So you're just gonna rock on up. If you want to, you can roll to the side into a fetal position. But it's a little good to be playful a little bit, especially if you're having to do this with your kids walking in and out. And now we're gonna come into a tabletop position. So now coming down onto all fours, make sure your alignment is good. Your hands are below your shoulders. Your hips are above your knees. Pushing down into the pads of your fingers. I want you to inhale. We're going to roll through some cats and cows. So on an inhale, drop your belly, lift your throat, lift your glutes, squeeze your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, starting with your lower body. Tuck your hips under, roll up through your back, pushing the mat away, looking back between your knees. Inhale, roll and open to cow's pose. Exhale, roll it into cat. One more. Inhale, dropping it down. Exhale, roll your back under. Come back to a neutral spine. We're going to do a little spine strengthener just to continue to activate our core and to strengthen our bodies. So I want you to extend your right leg out behind you, flexing your toes, turning your hip down. Make sure you're not up. You want to really make your hips parallel down towards that mat. And extend your opposite arm forward. Little spinal balance here. You're strengthening your lower back and your upper back. And then release. Hand comes down, your knee comes down. Inhale to the other side. Left leg goes back. Right arm is forward. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Parallel your hips down to the mat. And then exhale, release. Continuing to add on to that core exercises. Early in the morning, we like to do those to get the blood pumping. Let's go to the opposite side. So inhale, extend your right leg back, your left arm forward. Take a deep inhale like someone is pulling your body apart. And then as you exhale, crunch your elbow to your knee. Maybe they meet, maybe they just wave at each other. But inhale and extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale and extend. One more. Exhale, crunch. Inhale and extend. Bring your hands down to the mat. Turn your right toes up to the side and bring them out right below you. So from here, tuck your left toes under and push yourself back for a modified child's pose. So you can crawl your arms forward. If you're up here, that's fine. Just play with opening up those inner thighs. Again, in a quick 30-minute flow like this, we're just opening up everything. Inhale, come back on up to all fours. Take your right leg and place it back down on that mat. And now we're going to go to the opposite side. So extend your left leg back out behind you. Your right arm comes right by your ear. Your thumb is up like you're shaking the hand of somebody. Flexing your toes, paralleling your hips. Alignment is always important. And then we're going to do those crunches. So inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Elbow to knee. Inhale and extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Last one. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend, finish it off. Bring your hands both down to the mat. Turn your left toes out to the side. Bring your left toes down, tuck your right toes under, and push back for a little half child's pose here. Feel that opening again in your inner thigh. If you need to stay up like this, that's fine. Just play with your flexibility, pushing your hips closer to your heels if it feels good. Staying here for one more breath. And then pushing yourself back up to a tabletop position. I want you to tuck your toes under. Bring your feet side by side, your knees are side by side. And sit back on your heels. So just hero's pose here. We're just stretching out the bottoms of our feet. I'm going to turn and face you guys for this. So grab those little toes, make sure they're facing the same direction. They tend to like go out the other side, at least mine do. And then we're gonna do a little arm stretch here. So sitting on your heels, inhale, circle your arms around and up to the sky. Drop your right arm down behind your back and just give it a little push. Just pushing it back. You want your elbow to be facing up. And then from here, lean back just a little bit to feel that stretch all down your side body through your lats. And then release both arms back down. Inhale, circle your arms around and up. One more time. And then opposite arm. So bending your left arm now. Having it so your elbow is pointing up. Your forearm can be just behind your head. And then leaning back into it until you just feel a good stretch on that side body. Bringing both hands down now. Come to standing on your knees. We're going to go into a camel pose. So on our first camel pose, we're just going to go halfway down. So relaxing your arms down by your side. Inhale, circle your arms around and up to the sky. And then you're going to circle your arms around and down, and you're going to place them on the top of your hips, kind of like you'll be putting them into some back pockets. And then squeeze your elbows together. And then from right here, I just want you to lift your throat and lean back a little bit. Do not crunch into that low spine. You can squeeze your glutes to protect your low back, pushing your hips forward. And then exhale, tuck your chin into your chest. We're going to counterbalance that with a rabbit's pose. So So just folding down one time, bringing your head down to the mat. Inhale, come right back up into it again. So we're gonna try that one more time. These heart openers, these back bend poses are really good in the morning. So if you want to go the same way you did last time, you can keep your feet untucked on the mat. But if you want to try and go a little bit deeper into this pose, you can tuck your feet up. And you will see what I do here. You're going to inhale your arms up, relax your shoulders, squeeze your tush. Bring down your right arm to your right heel. Release your left arm back to your left heel. Your head is still an extension of your spine. You're not going to let it fall back. But push yourself forward like you're trying to place your torso on the wall in front of you. And just feel this big stretch across the front of your body. And then to come out of that, we're going to place one hand on those back pockets, followed by the other hand. Untuck your toes, bring your head down to the mat one more time. And then roll your torso up, place your hands on the mat in front of you. Step your feet about as wide as your mat, and then walk your hands back, coming into a squat. So we're just going to take a breath here, let our hips settle, let our pelvis open a little bit. And then I want you to turn your heels so they're directly behind your toes. Keeping that bend in your knees, coming into a rag doll. So you're interlacing your arms at the elbows. And you are just letting your head hang. Remember, keep these knees as soft as you need to. This is a lot for the back if you did just wake up. So going really calm, loving your body, letting that back open up. You can bicycle your knees out a little bit. Feeling gravity just traction you down. And then slowly, we're going to roll on up to standing. So just coming up vertebra by vertebra, starting with your feet, and then slowly rolling on up. Shrug your shoulders around and back, coming to the front of your mat. We're going to go into 2 rounds of sun salutation. So, standing at the front of your mat, your toes are maybe touching the outside corners of your feet are parallel with the outside of the mat. You're standing straight and strong. Your legs are activated. Your knees are up. Exhaling your breath. On your next inhale, circle your arms around and up to the sky. Belly's in tight. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Slight bend in your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Coming all the way down. Hands can rest on your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. So you're starting to straighten your legs, flexing your back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Step your right leg all the way back. Drop your right knee down. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge your hips forward. Pulling up, leaning back as you're drawing your inner thighs together. And then exhale, bring both hands down to the mat. Step back to down dog. Just letting your head hang in this down dog, opening up your back body. Once again, you can bend your knees one by one, just trying to feel that opening happen in your lower back. And then inhale, come forward to a plank pose. Your shoulders are above your wrists, your core is in tight. And then exhale, lower all the way down to your mat. Untuck your toes. Your hands are directly below your shoulders. You're zipping up your legs like it's one strong leg, pushing your hips into the mat. Exhale your breath. Inhale, roll up, opening up your back again one more time. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, roll back up. forehead down to the mat. Inhale forward, coming on up to plank. Tabletop. Tuck your toes under, lift up to down dog. Take one deep breath in, exhale your breath. Bend your knees, look towards the front of your mat, and walk, step, or float up to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on your shins or on your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way back up to standing. Exhaling your hands down to your heart, straight into the other side. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left leg back. Far back on that mat. Drop your left knee down to the mat, untucking your toes. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, crescent moon. Leaning up and back, releasing your shoulders from your ears. Feeling the stretch in your left hip flexor in the front of your body. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toes under, and we're gonna step up to the front of our mat. So take a step all the way up into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale your hands down to your heart. Here we go. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, coming on down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right leg back, and you're going to stay up into this runner's lunge. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. So we just did this on our knee, we were in crescent moon, now we're just in a crescent lunge pose. Dropping your right heel down, open up to warrior two. So we're starting to really get the heart pumping during the class now. So hands are down out to either side. Inhale, straighten up both arms and both legs. Exhale, sink back down into that warrior two. Drop your right arm down behind you. Inhale, leaning forward with your left, going into reverse warrior. Leaning back for a nice side stretch. Inhale, coming back up to warrior two. Straighten out both legs again. Heel toe in that back foot just a little bit. It helps to have a smaller stance on this, and we're gonna go into triangle pose. So taking a deep breath in, shrugging your shoulders away from your ears. Lean towards the front of your mat. When you cannot lean anymore, drop your hands, coming into triangle pose. You can rest your hand on your shin. If you're up here, you can rest it on your thigh. Don't rest it directly on your knee. It's a little too much pressure on that joint. Taking a deep breath here. You can leave your arm up towards the sky. If you feel like a little bit more, you can bring your bicep by your ear for an extended triangle pose. Just extending that arm overhead. And then turning now to face your mat. So bending at that left knee, turning so that you're facing your mat. Bring both hands down to the mat. Step back to your down dog. So here we are in our down dog, taking a deep cleansing breath. Inhale in, exhale out. Bend your knees, look towards the front of your mat. Walk, step, or jump up to the front. Hands on your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. All the way up to standing. Exhaling your hands down to your heart. Other side. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Core is in tight. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, forward fold. Coming on down to your mat. Bend your knees slightly if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, And then exhale, warrior two. Sinking into that warrior two, your left leg is straight, your right knee is bent towards the front of your mat. Your arms are extended, you're looking out, soft gaze over those right fingertips. Inhale, straighten both arms and both legs. Exhale, warrior two. Drop your left arm, lean forward with your right. Flip your palm over and exhale. Reverse your warrior. Feeling this amazing stretch all up your side body. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. Straighten out both legs. Heel toe in your back foot just to shorten your stance a little bit. And then on an inhale, lean forward, two straight legs. When you can't lean anymore, drop your hands down to the mat, coming into your triangle pose. Again, if you want to circle that left arm overhand, you can. You can leave it up. Take another deep, great inhale here. As you exhale, bend that right knee. Turn your torso facing the front of your mat. Hands come down to the mat. Step your back leg up, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, all the way back up to standing. Exhale your hands down to your heart. And release your hands, coming into mountain pose. As we get prepared to go into a standing posture, we're going to go into tree. If you're unsure about your posture or your balance this morning, feel free to go close to a wall for this. But looking down at your feet, kind of rock back and forth, just feeling that strong foundation. Lifting up the toes of your left foot and then pushing them down firmly into the mat. I want you to pick up your right leg and you're going into a tree pose. So again, if your balance is not great this morning, you can leave your toe down on the ground. You can put your foot on your calf muscle. You can bring it up into your inner thigh. Some people even like to cross it over the front. Whichever position works for you, find that balanced posture. If you're wobbly, always try to look down on the mat at something not moving in front of you. And then just going into one where it's probably easier for me to tell to you guys. I want you to try to push your hips, your foot into your thigh. Really activate these inner thighs. Lowering your hips so that they look parallel. If I was looking at you behind a table, I don't want to see you up like this. Like try to really balance out your hips. Feeling this lengthening happening. If you're wobbling, that's great. That just means you're getting stronger. You can keep your hands right here at heart central. If you want, you can try to extend your arms up overhead or opening up your tree. To challenge yourself, lift your gaze. You can lift it up towards the sky. And then release, bringing your hands down, bicycling out your feet, getting ready to go into the other side. Picking up the toes of your right foot, planting them down firmly on the mat. Bring your left foot in and try to go to the same spot on your leg as you did on the first time, just to keep your body balanced well. So I started out here. Sometimes this is hard if your pants are slippery or you're too sweaty, but you're just trying to parallel your hips again, squeeze your legs into each other, activating your inner thighs, finding that calmness, that stillness. And if you want, you can lift your arms up to the sky, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, opening your arms out to either side. And then release, bringing your hands down and around, lowering your feet, and we're going to come down to sitting posture now. So we're coming into a wide angle forward fold here, so I want you to straddle your legs out wide, pointing your toes up towards the sky. Your knees are pointed up towards the sky as well. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky, and then exhale, forward Beautiful. So just see how far you can go. If your knees and your toes start to turn in, you've gone too far. But start to lower your torso, maybe walking out your hands. And just finding where you can get a good opening in between both of your legs. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale. Slowly walk your hands back up. Pull your right leg in. Your left leg is long. Inhale. Circle your arms around and up to the sky. Exhale, leaning over your extended leg first. Inhale and using your obliques to pull you back up. And then bring your hand down by your knee. Push down through your heels, lifting your arms up to the sky for one more big side body stretch. And then exhale, lower down. Taking that extended leg, pulling it across, we're going to go into a spinal twist. So make sure you've walked your feet out so that both hip bones are squarely down onto that mat. Inhale your left arm up to the sky, and then exhale, you're twisting into your leg. So you want to be pulling your thigh into your belly. Just enjoying this really good stretch, opening up your glutes, your back, one more time. And then release. Bend your right leg in, extend that left leg long on the mat. Hands come down by your side. Inhale, circle your arms around and up. Exhale, lean over to your extended leg. And then using your obliques and your core, inhale, pull yourself up. Exhale, plant your hand by that bent knee. Push down through your extended leg, lifting up. One good side body stretch here. And then exhale, lower arm down. Take your extended leg. Once again, we're going into that spinal twist. Seated twist here. Walking your feet out so that both of your hip bones are firmly down on that mat. And now I'm going to be lifting my right arm up to the sky and twisting into my left leg, pulling it across. Taking a last deep breath, really enjoying this twist. And then unwind, and the part we've all been waiting for. We're rolling down onto our backs. You can use your support to underneath your thighs, or you can just roll on back. Finding your back flat on the mat. Pull your knees into your chest one last time. If you want to, now's a good time just to try Happy Baby, and that's taking your peace fingers maybe around your big toes, or you can grab the outsides and pulling those legs down, opening your knees wide, maybe rocking a little bit side to side, a little playful with it. And then slowly, one by one, extend your legs long on your mat. Your heels are in, your toes flop out, your arms are open by either side of you. Releasing your breath, just letting it go with whatever your body needs it to be right now. But always being aware of your exhales. Trying not to hold your breath. Trying not to force that exhale. Let it come as smoothly and calmly as possible, just to help you regulate your blood pressure. And taking those last final moments of your morning practice to set your mind into a good spot for your day, acknowledging that you've taken care of yourself so that you can better take care of those people around you. My wish is for you to stay here at least 2, maybe 5 minutes. So you can continue to lay there, but being respectful of that near 30 limit I was going for. So close. Okay. I just wanted to thank you guys for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you have a lighter heart, stronger, more flexible mind and body. And going forth, let there be peace and love in your thoughts, peace and love in your words, and peace and love in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste.